Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Krystal Ketchum. As a part of my interview series, today I'll be sitting down with fellow journalist Issac Morgan to talk to Antonio Simmons, who is the executive producer and writer of the upcoming film Dogman, starring DMX. So we'll sit down with Antonio and talk about his final days with DMX and his upbringing in the Ruff Ryders camp. How did you get into film?
It's crazy. I went from music first to film. So my dad was a drummer. Jimmy Walker from Good Times gave my dad money, a budget. My dad took the money, went to Canada, made an album, came back. We got new bikes, new bump beds. My mom got a new LCD, new fur coats. Like the song was cool. It was a 70s song coming to the 80s. So we did also publishing for a minute on that one. So my team from third grade, family, made a company called Ruff Ryders. I worked for that company for 10 years. So a lot of records you hear, you're probably wondering, well, damn, where did that come from? Where did that come from? Once upon a time, when we made records in Ruff Ryders, it'd be like 10 dudes inside that room making sure that shit came out right. You know, it was like, this, do that. It was serious on every record, from X to Locks to Eve to 112 to Mace. Like, it was serious in the rooms, making sure these records was bangers. So imagine having 10 to 20 smart, crazy ass cats that know how to make shit make sense. In one room making your records, of course, you're going to have bangers. So in 2000, we went to the Grammys. 1999, I wrote my first script. It was called The Last Parole Officer.
Wow.
So we went to the Grammys in 2000. I told my family, let's get into this film shit before it get crowded. But when you're dealing with family, all Swiss know is beats. You know what I'm saying? The homies, all they know is music. So they in that lane. Me, I snuck out that lane because I knew that it was going to switch. The reason why I was going to switch because the Down South boys was coming hard. And the East Coast, like I said, the East Coast cats never recovered when Cash Money came in and opened up the door for the Down South cats. So you had to have a plan B. I went to the film. So everybody's watching me, but they're not really paying me no mind because they don't see the big checks coming behind me. So, bam, my first project I did was Jimmy, Did You Get One? That was a horror joint. I went to Amazon. Cool. Second joint I did was called The Bid. The Bid was a comedy joint we did out of Philly. Cost us short money to do it. Before we got the situation, we went to a theater in Philadelphia that let us go into the theater and show it. We sold out 4 nights in a row, made like 40-something thousand, but no promotion. That's good. Just all Instagram. But we had to get out because it was a movie came out called Glass. Remember Glass? We was in Glass spots. We had to come out. So we did that project. We're going back and forth trying to get a deal. Went to Atlanta. We're supposed to talk to Kevin Hart. It's just powers that be there to make it happen. Bam. Last year, we got a situation. When the movie came out, it was number 189 on the platform. 12 hours later, it was number 26. 24 hours later, it was number 1. The only reason we got knocked off that platform because Coming to America came out. Wow. But we had that process. But I always had Dogman because, that movie we did was a comedy. But I always had Dogman. Dogman was an action-packed film. So anybody asked me, well, X keep going to jail, I said, nah, he gonna deliver. So always waited. Once you get T.I., I said, T.I. now. So, boom, we finally get Earl to get his mind right. Bam, we cut the lights on. We went to Atlanta, Fort Lauderdale, a little bit in Philly. But when we was in Atlanta, we went to go back home, and y'all already know the rest. Our brother's gone.
You said so much just now and so much I want to unpack. I'm sure you do, Issac. Going back to your days with Ruff Ryders, what was your role in Ruff Ryders and how exactly are you connected with Swizz and?
Third grade. From third grade to the top. I'm the guy that sat next to the guy that said yes or no. I didn't have to go to school to learn film. I learned it right there on hand from talking to Jimmy Iovine, Clyde Davis, Leo, all of them. I sat right in that room. Everything was being made. When they said so-and-so was whack, I was there when they called so-and-so whack. I was there when they said, hell yeah, let's go. So my role, What was my role? I don't know. They used to always call me security, but that wasn't my role. If I would have said, yo, don't do that deal, they probably wouldn't have did it. If I say do it, it's just what it was. My relationship is strong, it's still strong today. Like, I'm not a guy that be on Instagram in the building. Like, back in the day, they called me Big Tone, but I didn't like Big Tone, but Big Tone was a bad guy. My name is Antonio Simmons, so that's the name that I go by. But if you say Big Tone from Philly, oh, yeah, they know him. But I was never a bully like that. I was the person, if they told me to hold you down, nobody was going to touch you. A person rather smack the Pope on Easter than play games with me. You know what I'm saying? It's real, But I never was a guy that, like I said, use my aggression or whatever to try to get ahead. I'm a mild cat. I don't drink, I don't smoke, so I'm never out of my mind. So I'm a focused guy. But my role with the R, I sit next to the bosses. And still today. Matter of fact, we got a rule. I can't come to New York unless I bring cheesesteaks. If I don't bring cheesesteaks, I'm not going to do what they ask me to do. I ask them to do.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. So when I bring cheesesteaks, Swiss got to get cheesesteaks, Alicia got to get, everybody got to get cut. It's crazy. I'm in the store with a goddamn list. No onions, ketchup, salt, pepper, and ketchup. No mushrooms. Stupid shit. I said, no, y'all separate. I'm gonna give you a plain steak. Work this shit out. That's how we do it.
Wow. Diving more into, film, were there any films you watched growing up that had a really big impact on you?
I was always an action-packed guy. I like I don't do horror. Brain wired different. I see too much fast. So the last movie I ever saw was Jeepers Creepers, and I'm still messed up off of that. So yeah, when that man lit that glass, I was done. So
I don't remember that.
You remember that joint? You remember that movie?
No.
Oh my goodness. You remember that homie? Jeepers Creepers?
I don't remember it either.
Oh my God. Don't do it.
Heard of it, but I just don't remember.
Yeah, but I like movies like Scarface. Movies that I really, really love, movies like Heat. I like a lot of overseas films. A lot of films from London, Africa. Like they really still do action. In America, we do a lot of CGI. That's why you look at a lot of films, like you see a motorcycle stunt thing. They do a lot of green screen. Over there, they'll crash a bike quick. They'll throw a bike through a window quick overseas. They don't care. They still go old school.
Since you're more of an action-packed guy, what do you think are the keys to a great action-packed film?
The director can't be soft. You got to have a certain type of personality. He can't be. It's just crazy how you got to be like the action-packed guy. You got to be a guy that's seen some shit, been through some stuff. You got to have a aggressive personality. You have to become that script. And I have to show you how to become that chicken all black that's not going to take no nonsense and be able to pull a trigger and be believable. So is the director. That's why I said most directors should have at least 30 characters in their body that they can bring out at any given time. You look at some movies, they always it has a flat energy. It just have been like it don't do nothing for you. Like this is boring, director.
So segueing into your action-packed film, Dogman, not only are you the executive producer, but you actually wrote the film. So what was the inspiration behind Dogman? And when did you actually write it?
I wrote Dogman in 2000. I'm going to say 13. Yeah.
Not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
What was the inspiration behind that?
You always say, oh, that's my dog. That's my dog. That's my man. That's my dog.
Mm-hmm.
So I just took that there and made it become a way of the nightlife. Dogman is imagine looking at Biker Boys, Heat, and John Q all in one.
That'd be crazy.
That's Dogman. The cast that I have, I didn't like. Everybody said the pandemic was bad. The pandemic was bad. The pandemic was good for me. Why? Every actor was in front of their computer. It wasn't hard for me to get them. Nobody's working. Soon as I sent their email, bing, they hit right back. I sent each person that I would send over a certain side to. They say hell yes because I knew who I was dealing with. Most of the actors that I got, they typecasted. Like Tara Reid, she only do white films. And when I got Tara Reid to get involved in this project, IMDb she had to make a video for me. And I had to send over her written LOI because they didn't believe she was in this project. When you get certain type of actors, Hollywood be like, huh? How did get her? Text. Send an email. And then I let her see the part. She said, my only request is I'll be in this movie if you make me look better than what's the chick with the lips?
Angelina Jolie.
Damn, you on your game. That's what she said to me. She said, Antonio, I will do your project. You have to make me look hotter than her in the scenes. I said, all right. Me knowing her, Tara Reid, I got Tara Reid because Tara Reid is good. If you got Tara Reid in your project, you're gonna be guaranteed to be in what? TMZ.
Yeah.
And Entertainment Tonight. I'm gonna get free exposure. And I know she can deliver. So I was killing two birds with one stone.
Definitely. Going more into the cast, you said DMX is actually in this film, and you were probably like one of the very few people that worked with him in his last days. So what was that like?
He's a homie. He's a, most, if you hear Hollywood, they say, oh, I don't want to work with rappers. That's wrong. Me personally, I'd rather work with rappers and people that do stage plays. Why? Because their memory is way faster than the actor. An actor, he messed up, cut. A rapper, he remember his lines like it ain't nothing, but if he messed up, he would improvise and go into a whole other verse. You ain't even know what happened. Stage play people will do the same thing. It's called improv. They do it all day. So I'll take either one of them over a regular actor.
Do you have any fond memories with DMX that you can share with us?
He's a clown. He's a clown. Like, you got two people with him. You got DMX and then you have Earl. You know what I'm saying? Earl is the family dude. God 100%. Left fashion. But he never was a guy that was big on cars. Like, he won't spend his money on a Phantom or a helicopter or a yacht. No, he'll buy a Ford and put a Corvette motor in it. That's the type of stuff he do. He on that type time. But the thing I'm gonna miss is when whenever he speaks, he thinks before he go, okay. Like, he downloads it and then he tell you whether he gonna do it or not. And then if you're gonna say no, he's gonna tell you the reason why. But if you fix this, I'll do that. Yes, so I'm gonna miss his personality and his swag. Because don't get me wrong, he done pissed me off plenty times. Like, I lost money playing with that boy. But when he sees it, he fixed it. Like, if you did something with him, lost like $6,500, he already know he needs to have $26,000 in his pocket because he owes you $6,500. So he just had to see you, smash you off. And now, what are we doing now? From this point on, what are we doing? Yeah, he never was a problem for me. Other people say, oh, the only reason why I say Earl was a problem for certain people, because he didn't like him. You can't make a person like you and really move business. They don't care about your business. He gonna take your money. He gonna get there when you get there. I'll sue you, no problem. Get it how you live. That's how he roll. He don't care. He's the only guy I know that had his last hit was in 2002 and still could put 20,000 people under the ring without no single.
Yeah.
I don't know no rapper in history that came through the same lane that he came through and still made the money he made in the 21st century. Before he died, he was still getting 25,000 a show with no single in 18 years, and still put 20,000 people in the arena.
Kind of to piggyback off of what Krystal had asked, can you take me back to the final moments or the final talk that you had with DMX? Were you actually at the New York hospital?
My memory with him is from Atlanta when we was filming. Food, snacks, playing pool, talking trash, how the homie's always on FaceTime and don't want to answer his phone calls when he call. Those some nice shoes. Every time I see you, you always dress nice. I said, thank you. It's what it is, you know. But I'm gonna just miss his energy. And when he shows up, you know, when he shows up, the world stops when he shows up, no matter where we at. I don't care what's going on. It could be a hurricane outside, but if he's in Foot Locker, They all gonna come to Foot Locker. It's a hurricane outside though. Everybody tries to be turned over when we come outside, but never mind. Exit in Foot Locker.
Another New York legend you have in your film is Eric B. How intentional were you when it came to casting? Because you have some really good players in this movie.
Eric B is the legend of the real cat you ever going to meet on earth.
Really?
Heard what I said to you? Eric B is the type, I'll introduce y'all to him, and he's the type to do whatever y'all need. He can make it happen like that. He's powerful. You got to realize something. He's the first. Without Eric B, there's no Diddy. There's no DMX. There's no Jay-Z. There's no 50. They all came from him. That's why I call him Black Moses. He wanted me to take, he's cool with Netflix. He wanted me to go to Netflix. I could have had a deal like that, but if I go to Netflix, they're going to own it. I'm not playing that game. I'd rather own my project and just license it to them, and my kids can eat the rest of their life. So that's the time that I'm on. But he's a powerful brother. And everything I call him is nothing but yes, yes, yes. Because, you know, he plays a detective on Blue Bloods.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he been on Blue Bloods. Him and Donnie Wahlberg is brothers. Donnie Wahlberg's wife brings cheesecake to his house. Yeah, matter of fact, their mom just passed the same weekend that Ed passed, and he had to go to Boston for the funeral. Eric B is he's my brother. My cast, like I said, they was all handpicked. When you're doing a film, you want to look at a person to see what their licensing deals is worth. Like DMX licensing deals is worth $24 million. Yeah. 50 Cent's licensing deals only worth $8 million. How much you worth in London? How much you worth in Germany? How much you worth in Australia? So you have to do your homework. You know what I'm saying? I just gave y'all the game. That's how you look. Like you can have a whack actor, person from London you never seen before, but his license deals is probably worth $30 million. So this is what I'm saying to you. You'll shoot a movie with this person here. Just think, once this movie is completed, you got $30 million in the can. You can license the BET, VH1, Telemundo, Televista, Univision. Bam, they're gonna buy it. Dogman, I won't take no less than $600,000 a year once it's completed. Now, how many years you want it for? All right, that's one platform. I'm not doing no exclusive deals. Everything is, you got it, no problem. BT gonna get it. Everybody gonna get it. That's how I'm gonna do it.
It seems like the movie industry has changed, where everybody's doing streaming platforms versus.
No, streaming is good, but the theater's gonna open back up because Biden just said yesterday that you can take your mask off. So I got some homies coming in tomorrow, and I was just telling them, just imagine we finish this project real quick and have one of the first movies come out of the gate is DMX last movie by August or November. I said, dog, we can make it easy 40 to 60 million real quick. It may sound like it's hard, but no, it's a no-brainer. I have this last movie ever. Warner Brothers don't got it. Sony don't got it. Paramount don't got it. Yeah.
Do you feel like Black films are highly respected, or you think they could come a long way?
We can run the game, but we block each other. So I'm gonna just tell you right now, in 2021, if you don't got at least 2 to 3 Krystals on your team, there's no sense in taking a meeting. They're not playing with us like that no more because they lost a lot of money with us in the 90s. So women run the game right now, bro. I'm keeping 100 with you. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how many schools you went to. That means nothing. They're gonna get you past the door. If Krystal flip, what can you do? She got you in the door. If Krystal eat 2 times off the project, so what? You're in the game now. Once you're in the game, you don't got to go through the door with Krystal no more because they already know who you are. But right now, I'm telling you, to go through these doors, you got to have at least 2 Krystals on your team. I'm gonna keep 100 with you. Like, everyone, why is it so hard? Because they're not messing with their testosterone, man. They want ovaries in their face, and that's what they want. That's what it is. Welcome to the game, especially Black. Because the reason why I say Black because nobody today wants to say that they're racist. Next year you go see crazy Black TV shows. Watch.
So what's up with the release date of the movie? I know since he passed away, are you gonna have to try to wrap up some of the scenes without him? Like how is that gonna go about? Like how are you gonna go about doing that?
I have the same team. What's the white boy that died in Fast and Furious?
Oh, I know him. Paul something.
Yeah, Paul something. I don't remember his last name.
Yeah. I got the same people that did his face. I got them. He's from London.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and his body double is from New York. I'm sure.
How much of his scenes were actually completed before his untimely?
He left me pretty good. He didn't left me like I'm not, no, I'm good. Like what I have, Hollywood would love to have it, but they don't have it. That's his double. See him?
Oh wow.
So
Where'd you
they're
guys
going
find him?
to New York.
Wow.
So what's going to happen is they're going to take DMX face off of his face and put it on this guy's face.
Just wrapping up a little bit, after people watch it, even though we don't have a slated release date, what do you want your audience to take away from the film?
Action. This is how it's supposed to be done, from our point of view. From the dialogue to the quotes to the clothing to the swag. Yeah.
By dialogue, and you say you're from Philly, how much of Philly is actually what we see in this film? How much is it inspired by your home state?
I don't know because I'm from Philly, but I just sleep here. I'm shit. You know what I mean? I don't know what I mean. My children live in New York. My team is in California. My other team is in Fort Lauderdale. So Atlanta. I don't know where I'm from. I'm from America.
Thank you again for sitting down with us. We really appreciate it. And I'm excited for this film. I wish we had a date, but I'm excited for this film.